Good afternoon and welcome back to Mental Health Heroes. Today we're going to be doing another continuation of what we intended to be a one-shot, but we enjoyed it so much we're going to come back to the Savage 1. I guess we're now going to be calling it campaign. I guess we're going to come back to it every now and then. We are in a world where there is space travel. There is not faster than light travel yet. The solar system currently has colonies on our moon, on the planet Mars, and on the moon of Io. Our heroes are currently just beyond the orbit of Pluto, where they discovered a salvage ship during our last game. And before we continue, let's go ahead and get our players to introduce themselves and their characters. And I guess we'll be starting with Jeremy.
Oh, crap. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'll be playing Kurt Cowboy Yeager. He's the pilot of the Savage 1. He's a war veteran. He served with the captain for many, many years. Like most of the crew of the Savage 1, the newest member, I believe, is Logan. Go ahead.
My name is Jim Cooper, also known as Coop. I was also a veteran that didn't serve with, I just happened to not serve with anybody else on the crew. Joined fairly recently, brought out of service. And yeah, I'm the security officer aboard the Savage 1. David.
I am the captain of the Savage 1. I went through the war and taking over this ship after a long period of operating it. And now we're out here on the fringes of space looking for loot and treasure. My name is Sam Rott. And Chadwick?
I am the engineer Clay Wilson, and this bucket of bolts wouldn't go nowhere if it wasn't for me.
Thank God.
And he's not salty about it.
And I am the game master, John Phillips. And just for you know, that the war they were referring to earlier was the Pirate Wars. There were a group of pirates that had set up within the asteroid belt and causing a great deal of havoc. And so the United World Government went in after them and pretty much wiped them out. There's still a few pirates on the fringes, but for the most part, that no longer exists. So during the last game, they found and encountered a ship known as the Enterprise. It was the first vessel that went out on an exploratory mission, and it was named the Enterprise after the famous television show. And it disappeared just beyond Saturn over, I think I've said over 100 years ago, if I remember last game. So they have located it, and they have discovered part of the reason for its disappearance, which involved what was known as a Kong unit. It was a full-body cyborg with only a human brain inside, and apparently it went insane and destroyed everybody on the ship with the exception of a Kara Tisdale, who is currently cryogenically frozen on the ship. And they managed to defeat that Kong unit. They managed to do so by, and only took a single wound the entire game. They had a lot of really good rolls last game, so they did really well. It is now the following day after defeating the Kong unit. And some of them slept on the Enterprise, some of them slept in the Savage 1. And I guess I'll let you guys decide where you were and where you slept. But it is now the next day. The doc has been able to repair the security officer's wound. That's Coop, right?
Yes.
There's too much K here. I've got
It's a
Cowboy,
C.
Captain, Coop, and Clay. So, you've woken up the next day. The science officer has began his scan. He is on the Savage 1. And he's began doing his scans of the area, which is protocol. First thing when you first begin the day is to know what is your surroundings. So basically, I need to know which ship you guys are on and where you're currently at right now.
If you recall, it was about to get space combat-y, and I did a free jump, a no harness free jump from the Enterprise back to the Savage 1 for evasive maneuvers. And currently, it's just me and the science officer on the Savage 1. The rest of the guys are in the Enterprise. If I recall, does anybody dispute that? I think that's where we left off.
Well, if it's the next day, I would have stayed on the Enterprise.
Well, everybody did because the dock's not repaired. Remember, the dock got shorned off. So we're going to have to start repairing that. Probably the science officer and myself, because it was the Savage 1's umbilical that got
Ripped off.
damaged. So since we're the only ones on that ship, we're probably the one, unless Clay can do a spacewalk and help repair it from his end too. But that's up for the captain to decide who he wants doing what.
What did Mike say about our surroundings? Are there anything near us?
No, he's done a full sweep. Nothing out of the ordinary. There's some random, like space particles, asteroid type stuff, but nothing big enough to be concerned with. He's not finding anything for the moment. Here, let me do it.
Well, we need the engineer and the security officer out there. I mean, not the security officer, the science officer out there to see about repairing it. Since he got one on your side, we're going to float Clay across.
Well, do we have any kind of grappling harness or anything that we can fire from one ship to the other to make like a lifeline for people to be able to attach themselves, to be able to work and stay attached?
You don't have any way to fire them, but you do have what's known as magnetic grapples. You know, it's a magnet on either side and a long cord.
Well, all I gotta do is throw it towards the other airlock, right? And the
Right.
engineer can grab it and pull it in and do whatever he needs to do from that side. Or the science officer can throw it over there to him. I don't know how his arm is though.
It's
Well,
a vacuum. It
Let's
should
find
go.
out. I'll have him throw it.
It should be fairly easy. He doesn't have to put much oomph into it. It's gonna go.
Float.
Well, it's not so much the oomph; it's the accuracy.
It's the aim of it, yeah.
It'd be about 10 foot short.
No, he got a 5. That's good enough. He'll get it to you.
And
We'll tether the vessels together.
what would you like for me to be doing, Cappy?
Piled in the ship so they stay next to each other. Also, if he's going to be the science officer, going to be working on there, and the
Keep
engineer
scanning.
from this side, yeah, keep a.
Keep scanning. Yeah, I got you. I'll start plotting the course because I got astronavigation as well. So I think will be the best way to get these two ships. Where are we taking it, by the way, Johnny? What's the closest
Okay,
salvage port?
so you'd have to get it to IO.
Gotta go to
It is
Saturn.
possible. Now, so keep in mind that until you get proof that you have this vessel to IO, you can't actually claim it as your salvage, which means you can't leave it behind, because if you do, someone can come and claim it.
Right, which is why we were planning on one of us piloting one ship, one of us piloting the other.
Okay, well now, as you're making these plans and you're doing what you're, the looking around, I guess since Clay's still on the Enterprise, Clay, do me an engineering check.
All right, let's see. What do I need to roll for that?
It should be in your skills. It should be engineering or knowledge engineering.
It don't say.
Okay.
Yeah, like repair,
Oh.
lock picking.
You remember you didn't
Repair.
have that
That's
as
it.
repair.
Repair, I'm
We
sorry.
changed it.
It's the repair. That's what we need.
So that's the 10. So
Yeah, look at the brain on that one.
do I roll 2 10s or 1?
110 and a
one
die
six.
6.
I'm
Die
sorry, Johnny.
six.
I'm talking
You
over
got to get
everybody.
me. I'm not used to this system, so.
I know.
All right, that is a 7 and a 4.
So the 7 is the higher, and that is a success. Okay, as you're looking over the engines, it doesn't take you long to figure out that the chemical fuel that this engine uses, there is not going to be enough to get you to IO.
Okay. Can it be synthesized?
Well, there's a good possibility that there's more fuel in the cargo hold, but you guys have not went into the cargo hold yet.
If I
He's
didn't
gonna
get you one day, I'll get you the
I'll
next.
I'll get you the next day.
Well, I guess that's where I'm going to head toward. I'll let them know what I'm up to.
Hey,
Well,
Coop, why don't
okay.
you go with the
Well, are you repairing the umbilical or are you exploring for fuel?
Well, which one's the captain want me to do it?
take Coop with you and go there and see his fuel, because if we can't find the fuel to go anywhere, we're going to have to go get some fuel and come back either way.
Do we have a towing apparatus on the Savage one? Savage one. I'm assuming we have something.
There is a tow, but given the size of the Enterprise, you don't have enough fuel to tow it. You have enough fuel to get there, but you don't have enough fuel to tow it and get there.
Told you we should stop by that 7-Eleven.
We always should stop by the 7-Eleven. You kidding me?
All right, so you're probably going to need to get a detailed map of your ship. And the only way to do that is through your computer. So you're going to have to find a computer terminal, and you're going to have to find out where the cargo hold doors are located, because you have not seen them yet.
There's probably a terminal on the bridge with you, Kevin.
I guess I could do that. I was going to let them flounder around, and just run into things.
Would there be a manifest on the computer?
There would be a manifest on the computer as well.
Well, if you look at the manifest, there should be tell whether there's fuel before we start running around.
What skill for a computer would that be listed under?
It should be, I think, knowledge computers. I know Jeremy's got it.
I got knowledge astro navigation.
That's
It's
basically
plotting our course,
navigation.
so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I don't know anything about computers.
Well, that means you'd have to roll a D4.
Yeah.
What about you?
Six.
Anybody in here? Let's see. We got Doc
We got
with us. And
Everybody but me and the science officer, the two best computer users.
Yeah, the doc has some computer skill.
Oh, good.
Doc is now Martin Faraday.
He's named him Martin Faraday.
And our science officer is Mike Coordinates. So you got all kinds of C's.
C's and more C's. All right, let's see how he does. Okay, so he's able to get up on board. On the manifest, there is indeed more of the fuel, but it is in two parts. It has to be combined. The fuel combined is extremely volatile, so they carry it in two different components in the cargo hold, so they don't have a fire in the cargo hold. So you're going to have to go into the laboratory to mix the components.
Of course we do.
It's good that the science officer is here.
But he's not.
But he's not. He's on the other ship.
Thought he was.
No, he's on
No, he's on the
ship.
other ship. He's with me. He's repairing the umbilical while you guys are exploring.
Okay. Well, then who come across?
Everybody came across originally except for Mike, the science officer. But then I had to free jump back across the pilot ship because the other guy was going to destroy it.
The
Doc
robot.
just
so-
made the check. Doc was the one
Okay.
who just made the check, and he's over here
Oh,
with
okay.
us.
Yeah, that was Doc.
So, is there a life form scanner on this ship?
Yeah, it would be in the scans, just a general scan on the bridge.
But they said there's no life forms on here, so for us, right?
Well, no, it's still going to read the cryogenically frozen.
But I mean, besides her and us, that's it.
That's it.
All right. I don't trust this thing because I know what's coming. Yeah, you two go to the cargo hold, and oh yeah, did anybody get the not the manifest, but the schematics for the ship so they can know where everything goes?
Yeah, okay. There's actually a portal in the armory, another one in the robotics section, and another one in the lab. All three of those will go into the lower section of the cargo hold.
So I would suggest, since you have to go to the lab anyway, go to the lab, go down, get your stuff, come back up.
Aye, Captain.
Who would be the best suited to mix the fuel once you have
The
it?
science officer would be your best bet. He's the one that's got the knowledge.
But we're hoping he's got that umbilical cord repaired, by the time we get to that point. If not, he can just, click onto the thing and pull this pro.
Yeah, he could just ride the magnetic cord across and go in the airlock that way. Do you want me to let him know that? Well, you've got the headset.
That's what I said. I let him be repairing the umbilical cord. When we get to that point, he can come across. You don't need to be here right now. We'll send
Even
them
though
two
the
down.
this older ship may have a jetpack in the cargo hold too.
Like a EV, what is it, EVU? Extravehicular unit.
We'll look on the manifest and see what it says.
Well, now, every one of your ships, your spacesuits have that as well. It's a 10-minute propulsion.
Oh yeah, it's right here. I forgot about that.
And we all have magnetic boots.
Yes.
I look at them and say, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going as soon as Clay goes. I should go with him, not go for him.
So you're headed to the science lab.
I'm going wherever Clay goes.
Okay, so
he gets
now-
to make the decision
Uh,
for that.
you have a maser, right?
I used that to kill the thing. I have a bolt rifle.
You still have a maser too.
It's dead, but yeah, I have it.
Did it
It's
die?
empty. Well, I used the shot in it. It only
Yeah,
had
it
one
has
shot.
one shot.
It recharged. Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Okay.
I think you're trying to make it extra hard on us.
You said
Probably
since it
was,
had
but
no
now-
fuel because we disconnected it from the robots. You said it only has one shot.
Okay. That's right. The power charge was in the robot's batteries. Okay. But now let's see here now.
I've got a bolt rifle, a stun gun, and my punching. The bolt rifle I got from the shed.
Did
when-
Jonathan have one, a maser?
We all did.
Everybody
Okay,
had
well,
one except for
Me.
the engineer.
Well, I didn't have one, and the science
yeah.
officer didn't have one.
Okay, so
And-
Jonathan's never fired his, so
No.
you'll have a maser.
The
Okay.
captain never fired his either.
And then if you give the bolt gun to Chadwick, or Clay rather, he could use his repair to shoot the bolt gun.
Okay. So
How about- because it is a repair tool.
As
Okay.
a repair tool.
yeah, sure. So Shad, the stats on that is the range.
Hold on just a second.
Yeah.
Get my fingers to work here.
Stepping away for a second, guys, while y'all are doing this.
Dang. Dang. It's real fun when your fingers are numb and you can't get a hold of a sheet of paper.
Sounds
All right.
ecstatic.
Bolt.
So bolt gun, bolt rifle is what I have down, but yeah, 6.5 dozen the other.
What's the range?
The range is I have 6, 12, 24. I don't know why I have 3 ranges, but I have 3. I don't remember the specific
Okay.
reason.
What they come in?
And the rate of fire was 1.
Damage.
2d6. I have no AP or weight. And it has a total magazine of 6, and it has all 6 shots at the moment. Because I
That's what
never
that-
actually wound up firing it at all.
Because with the first numbers, you're plus. The second numbers, you're flat. And third numbers, you're negative.
Mm.
All right. And I'll use the repair to fire it.
That's what Johnny said.
Right.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go into the lower deck. Thanks to your use of the computer, you now know the codes, so you don't have to get it locked pick at this time. You can just type in the code, open the door. And as soon as the door opens, you see in the center of the lab, there is a, I don't know how, it's not really a creature per se, but it looks like tentacles whipping around, but they are made of computer screens, because you actually see the whatever the last thing was on the screen is kind of written across these tentacles as they're kind of waving around.
Oh, this sounds
And
enjoyable.
as you see that, I need to roll some initiative, I guess.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, I don't have the stats for the measure anymore. I erased it because I didn't think I was going to need it anymore.
The 20 die 8 plus 13.
No,
I remember it was an incremental damage. I just can't remember what it was.
hang on. Yeah, it's like a 1 die 3. 3, no, I mean like a 1, 2, 3 die 6. 3 die 6 at close range, 2 at medium, and then at long range it's 1 die 6.
I know this is probably a stupid question with this bunch, but have you been to the armory yet?
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, not yet. Because we went straight for the. We basically speed ran the.
Engines up to the cockpit bridge, and that was it.
So if my memory serves right, I have a 20 to mine for my initiative.
You have to roll it again, but
Well, you roll a d20, and it's half of the die you would normally, and it's half of the maximum of the agility die that you would normally use. Since mine's a d8, that's plus 4.
Oh.
And I rolled 16. So, woo!
The DM is going to crush us all. Look at that face.
Da-da-da.
Hell, Hydra.
All right. Yeah, okay. Your range is 6, 12, and 24. It's It's 1 to 3 die 6. And it ignores armor. Okay, so Cooper has a 20. What'd you get, Clay?
Oh, a 20-sided.
Yeah.
I rolled a 18.
Okay.
Do I add anything?
Yeah, it's half your agility dice.
Do I roll the 6?
No,
So
you
you
just
add 3.
3.
add 3.
Oh, okay. So 21.
Okay. So, Clay, you go first. What are you going to do?
All right. We just now everything kind of went walkajaw on when we went in. What exactly happened?
The tentacles started flailing around, and they're flailing in your direction. Nobody has been hit yet.
Okay, is it a mechanized or is it a creature?
You're not sure because it looks like it's made out of, like I said, the glass from a computer screen. But it's not. It's
Okay.
more flexible.
Huh. Can I see where it is originates from?
Yeah, there's a. It almost looks like a petri dish on one of the counters. Might be a little
Hey.
bigger than a petri dish.
Huh. All right. I am going to right now I'm just going to dodge around it because I'm not sure exactly what to do on this.
Okay.
So
Coop.
How far away am I?
Let's see. Probably about 8.
I'll get a little bit closer until I'm about 6 away,
Okay.
and kind of swing a little bit to the left so that if Clay wants to, he can try and shoot with his bolt rifle, and I'll shoot the mazer at it.
Okay.
So that's a D10. That's a fighting roll. No, shooting roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
D10 and a D6. That's a 6 on the D6 and a 7 on the D10.
Roll the D6 again.
You're exploding.
2.
Right, you're exploding.
Yep, a 2
So
on the
8.
D6. So 8 total.
8 total. All right. So, roll me your damage.
Okay. I should be close enough. I get 3d6 because that was why I moved up. I wanted to because I
Okay.
don't like it. It don't seem natural. That's 12 damage.
Okay. Roll the D6 one more time.
3.
Okay. So that's a total of 15. All right. One of the tentacles falls off.
How many are left out of curiosity?
1.
One? Okay. I couldn't remember if you just said 2 or 3.
There's just 2.
I'm just gonna kind of stay like right there. I only had 1 shot in this mazer, didn't I?
Yep.
Making sure.
What is your parry?
Oh, my parry is a 7.
A 7.
Yes,
So
sir.
the tentacle kind of whips that at you, but it does not connect. All right, Clay, what do you want to do?
All right. I am going to. I think I want to step in and try to smash the petri dish.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to use my range, so that would be a fighting skill, wouldn't it?
Right.
That's a 4. So I roll a 4 and a 6.
Right.
All right. I rolled a 1 and a 6.
Roll the 6 again.
You're exploding.
Rolled another 6.
Roll it
Roll
again.
again.
Exploding twice.
Another 6.
3 times.
Do it again.
3.
Okay. So that's a total of what, 21?
Yes.
I think you got it.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the damage with the wrench?
D6 plus strength.
So you roll the D6. What's your strength score?
It's a 6.
Okay. So you need to roll a total of 4 die 6.
Wow. Really?
Is it 4?
No. It's 6. Total. 2 2s and 2 1s.
So come down on it. You bust the dish, but that one tentacle is still kind of flipping around. All right, Cooper.
A
what do you
real
do?
quick question, Johnny. How did
Yes.
you determine how many die 6 that he rolled? If his
Okay. There is a number he needs to hit. And in that, he needed to beat a 5.
right?
Anytime you go 4 beyond that, it's called a raise.
Okay, I got you. And he went 3 times beyond that at least, right?
Right. But now,
Yeah.
you're never going to do more than 2 dice extra on your damage. So,
Okay.
you know, once you go beyond that point, you're just kind of extending it.
All right, that's why I was
He
just
did
wondering.
enough to get an additional 2 dice to the damage.
Awesome,
Basically, that's the equivalent of a critical hit.
gotcha.
Well, I'll put the mazer down then, and I'll just move in and try and. I don't have anything to protect my fist, but I'm just gonna punch it
Go for it.
and see what happens. Let's see, a D10 and a
The
D6.
tentacle swarms around you, begins to go into your mouth and take control of your body. You now have a cyborg security officer.
I have a 5 on the D6 and a 1 on the D10.
And now he feels violated.
I wish it
Okay,
had.
that's the 5 is enough to hit it.
Ooh, the 5.
So roll me your damage.
Let's see. That's strength, a D4, plus 2. 8 total. 2 3s and 2 3s plus 2. So that's a total of 8.
Okay, so you're surprised that when you hit it, it doesn't feel like glass. It actually feels kind of almost rubbery. It is not warm, but it does not feel, so it doesn't feel alive, but it doesn't feel like the glass that it looks like. And as you hit it, it stops whipping and it just falls down.
Why, God, did that ever exist? Anyways, so after a small bit of panic, where are we going next, Clay?
And before you do anything else, do a notice roll for me, both of you. If you're trained in it, use what you're trained. If you're not, just throw a die 4 and a die 6.
A 4 and a 6. Not joking. That is the
Uh,
best roll I've ever
plus
had.
2, so I
Roll
added
'em
2 to
again.
it.
So I get to roll both of them again.
I rolled a 8 and a 5.
2 and a 3. So, do you want me to add all that together for you?
Add the die fours together, the die sixes together.
For the die 4, that would be 7, and for the D6, that would be 8.
Okay. And then you got an 8, Chadwick? Is that
Yeah.
right?
He got an 8.
Okay, so both of you are going to notice on the little, what's the remainder of the Petri dish that he smashed, you're going to see nanobots written on it.
It froze up there. What was about the Petri dish?
The Petri dish had a label on it that said nanobots.
Oh, okay.
And you notice that 2 of the computer monitors here are no longer there. They're just gone.
Hmm.
You're also able to find the lower hatch that takes you down into the cargo hold.
Well, after you. I was told to follow you, so whatever you want to do.
Mom wants me to meet at Rose's.
Clay.
I can't.
Yeah.
After you is what I was saying. Is what I'm saying.
Oh. We're going through the hatch. That's
Yeah,
what
there's a hatch in the floor that'll get you into the cargo hold.
That's what I'll do then.
And I'll follow behind, picking up the empty baser and thinking, I hope to God I can fix this.
It just needs a power supply.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm thinking. Something along those lines.
We'll just hook it back up to the robots.
Or just take the battery out of the robots. And, no.
No, we want another adventure with them.
Okay, so you drop down into the cargo hold. It's basically a 4th floor to this ship. What you assume was only 3, there's actually 4. It's not quite as tall as the other levels. It is only 5 feet tall. So if your character is taller than 5 feet, you're going to need to duck a little.
I have a
Yeah.
quick question for you, Johnny.
Okay.
Are we able to, through they have monitors on them, be able to track their progress through the
You may know
ship?
where they're at?
Yeah.
Yeah, your science officer would know where they were at through a
Well,
scan with no problem.
I'm scanning too because I can use his equipment
Oh,
as soon
that's
as he can
right.
fly my
You've
ship.
got computer skills. You can scan. You know where they're at.
So the question I have for him is, well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and tell him. This is Cowboy for Clay for Meep. Meep, do you copy?
We copy what?
I was just going to give you a friendly reminder that during our initial scan of the Enterprise in the cargo area was a report of some moving mass down in the cargo area. The last time we had that kind of movement, there was dead bodies that had cybernetic implants that chewed on the doctor for a little bit. So I'd like for you to just remember that as you make your way down there. And oh, don't forget, there were some nanobots in the lab, and they do like to replicate themselves. So be aware for that as you make your way through.
You take all the fun out of it.
Okay, so as you get into the cargo hold, in addition to the fact that it's shorter, it is also dark. There are no lights down here.
Well, I would assume our suits should have lights on them.
Yeah, there would be a headlight on your suit. I agree. So when you turn the light on, the very first thing you see is another Kong unit.
Oh, thank God.
Completely
I thought it was gonna be a
intact.
body.
Wait, there was none missing from any of the jacks in the room up there.
That's correct.
Unless there's another place that has more con units plugged into it.
Or they just picked it up.
Or they just picked it up. What do you mean? Just put it in their cargo hold? Just pick it
Yeah.
up and put it there?
As a replacement for them if something went wrong.
Now, keep in mind, I'm saying this out of character because he doesn't know. I don't know what's going on.
Are you feeling lonely, Jeremy?
No, I'm just digging into the story,
It's
and I
lonely
can't help
in
it.
space.
I can't help but talk.
It's lonely in space.
Okay, Clay, we made
Yeah,
it.
no one can hear you scream.
Before I go any further, Captain, you think you can get us some light down here?
Well, since I have no computer skill whatsoever, I will fumble and try, sir. D-Force?
Don't forget you have Doc, who does have some computer skills.
Hey, Doc. Are there any lights in the cargo hold?
He has no idea.
All right, well, I'll see. There's a
Double
2
one.
and a 4, so there's a 4. And then there's another 2, so that's a 6.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to look. And yes, there are some lights, and yes, you can turn them on from where you're at. So,
Beep. Meat, did you get that? I don't know why I'm putting a...
okay, so you do recall that when the other Kong unit was in engineering, that it did have a red light on its chest and it was glowing. This Kong unit does not have a red light on it. It doesn't seem to be damaged in any way, but there is no red light showing on it. As soon as the light comes on, you're going to notice a number of things. Primarily, and what you're looking for, there are the 2 tanks with the fuel, the 2 separate components to the fuel. You also see, let's see here now. There are 3, what they would have called the supply stations, still in the cargo hold and intact. I don't know if you guys remember, but part of the Enterprise's mission was to set up supply stations at each planet. Well, there were 3 planets they never made it to, and those 3 supply stations are still here on the ship. Which
Hey, Cap.
means that primarily the major thing on this is that there is what you would refer to as kind of like a freeze-dried type food, and the unit that makes it edible. So basically you stick one of these little packets inside the machine, and the machine hydrates it and heats it and makes it edible. As to whether or not it's actually,
So we found the microwave.
Basically, you found 3 of them and a very large supply of food.
Hey, Captain, we found where they never made it to the last 3 planets. We found their food setup. It looks to be intact.
I bet you that'll sell for a pretty penny.
Indubitably, sir. Indubitably. What would you like us to do with it? Bring it up or leave it down here?
Leave it down there. I just want you to bring the fuel and
Aye,
put
aye,
it in
Captain.
the engine bay. We'll bring the science officer across the lab and bring the science officer to mix it up and get the thing going. We need to get this thing back to Saturn as soon as we can.
Aye, aye, Captain. And how big are the tanks that how big are each of the tanks that hold the component?
Well, they're
Out of curiosity, those the food processors, are they do they work like microwaves?
yeah, basically.
So I could
They're
probably
not as
take
big
one.
as a microwave, but they use a similar.
So I could probably take one and build an EMP with it.
You probably could, yes, with your MacGyver skill, you could probably do that.
I think that would be a good idea. It should
How would
work on
you-
nanobot.
But how would you deploy such a weapon? It'd only be good on this ship, and I think the value of selling the machine would be worth more than having an EMP on the ship that could destroy our ship and make it so we can't go anywhere.
Well, me and the security officer was just attacked by nanobots,
Yeah, but you survived easily.
and an EMP could destroy them pretty quickly.
Well, you hit it twice and they died, so we're okay. You got to think long term here. We need money, not safety. I mean, I was completely safe up here, so I mean, but your EMP could knock the ship out, and I won't be safe anymore. So,
I was overhearing this on comms. Meep, I would like for you to know that I was completely safe on board the Savage 1 as well.
yep, no danger here. So, let's not
Deep in myself, we're glad y'all are safe.
You always were a team player, Meep.
But have y'all got that fuel back at the lab yet? Coordinates. Are you coming across yet? You got the thing fixed?
Actually, yes. I've made his repair rolls already.
Nice.
He did make 4 successful. He actually did make 4 successful. He even got a raise on the last one.
Oh,
So he
nice.
actually did a really good job patching it. He's got it patched and back going again.
Well, Cowboy, why
There's
don't
now
you,
a safe
hook it
bridge
up?
between the ships.
What was that, Captain?
So why don't you hook us up and let's go?
You got that? We should be hooked up. It's just a matter of sealing off umbilicals, which the coordinates can do while he's down there. I mean, I'm right up along next to him. That's the only way it could work because he's
Okay,
tethered
so
in
now-
between the two.
Here comes the other issue now. Okay,
Uh-oh.
you've got the Enterprise and you've got the Savage 1. You need the pilot and someone to run the scan while you're flying.
Okay.
On the Enterprise, you need the helm and then propulsion. You've got basically somebody controlling speed, and you've got somebody controlling the direction.
Uh-huh.
And you need somebody scanning, which means you need 2 people going with the Savage 1. You need 3 people running on the Enterprise to keep everything moving. So that's 5 people. You have 6 people. And at some point, these people need to be relieved. You guys are going to have to sleep at some point.
Oh, this is all the time, not just right now. All the time. That's a tedious way to run a ship, sir.
I mean, that's just to get back. So basically, in order for you to get back, you're going to need 1 more person.
Well, let's wake this chick up out
Yeah,
of
we need to wake the girl up.
But you realize
Wait,
once
wait.
she,
No. We need 2 over there and 3 over here. That's 5. We got 6 people. That means we have an extra one.
You need a total of 3 in Savage and 4, because you've got to have somebody to relieve people so that you
Right.
get some sleep.
So you have a rotating
Oh.
cycle of people.
I see. Great. Let's go wake up the chick that nobody knows what's going to happen. Great. Yep.
That'd probably be Doc's purview, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
The doc would be the one to open it. We really
I'm
need a doc.
I mean, careful with that. He might fall in love with her. We gotta be careful.
you do realize that since she's the last surviving member of the crew of the Enterprise belongs to her.
No, sir. No. Because, yeah, she may not make it all the way back, you know.
Easy.
Things happen in space. I'm just
Easy there
saying.
now. I've got to go with my code of honor on this one.
Well, that
Yeah,
is my
well,
code of honor to us.
Well, the thing is she wants to join the crew because her defunct military no longer exists. So she could join the crew of the, and that makes the salvage ours. Then once, you know, she gets paid her portion of the salvage, we can boot her.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
but
she
really,
become
what
a
you
lifelong
really
member.
want to do
Or
is
she can become a lifelong member. We need another member, you know.
I don't know.
We-
That costed me money. Well, let's see how good she is.
But she's also making you money.
Well, not after that point, you know.
On future salvage missions, she'll pay her due, just like I pay my due.
I'm turning my comm off.
I've already started hauling up the fuel to the lab, waiting on Mike. Like, what in the heck are you doing? Mike, I have the components. What are you doing?
Okay, so the science officer is currently in the lab mixing fuel. It's going to take him 12 hours to mix enough
Was
fuel.
there anything major in the cargo hold that was dangerous?
Dangerous?
Just you.
No.
Just you.
Okay.
Lee.
Do we want to bring that con unit up? Let me think. Let's bring the con unit up to what the place that, not the armory, but the other place, not the lab, but the other one that we went into that had the con units in it. If we activated him, would he be our Kong?
No.
Okay. In order for him to be active, he has to have a human brain inside.
We'll get to that.
He does not have a human brain.
Ah, gotcha.
This was
I'm
a
curious if he has a power
replacement
source.
place.
So I was right.
One of their units got damaged.
I have the curious question: if Clay, if you can determine if he has a power source that would run like this mazer that I'm holding.
I can check it out.
Give it a whirl.
Or how about we wait and we use the 7 destroyed ones up here and take their power, so we don't destroy a new power unit. Yeah, a new machine.
Because we've got several up here that have already gotten their arms taken off, and if we could just pull their power core out of it, and their power cores are fully charged. We don't know.
Y'all don't remember we're here for money. We need money to live, and y'all are destroying stuff and building stuff, and we need money. Not blowing up our loot.
Money if we die.
Well, I'm fine. I'm safe. I've been in no danger whatsoever. None.
So the science officer has started the process, but like I said, it will take 12 hours. He doesn't have to actually be awake for 12 hours. He just has to every now and then monitor it and make sure that it's the mix is fueling properly. And there's actually a location in the lab where you mix it together and where it goes directly back to the engine. So it's not like you're going to have to just basically put a canister of each in there and it starts mixing. So that is in the process of doing. So
reminds me of the explosive.
12 hours.
Reminds me of the explosive from Die Hard 3.
That's what I was thinking of too. The white and red.
Yeah.
So what about Mike? I mean, not Mike, but Doc. Has he wakened the chick yet?
Okay, so he went.
I want to be on hand for that, just in case, you know. Like the
Okay, so
first
you're-
person sees, you know, like a newborn animal, you know, you pet it a little bit and you get a rapport with it.
So anyway, you go back and like I said, okay,
She's a
she is a very attractive woman.
I
You
think
can
it's
see
dead.
that clearly. She is a very attractive woman. She has the attractive edge, which means her charisma is a +2.
And come to find out, she's a space vampire. She rips your throat out.
Well, at least I was the first to go to protect y'all.
Yeah, that's why you're down there.
Okay, right now the doc and the captain are the only ones there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now surrounding her are 3 other cryogenic units. The occupants of those units are clearly dead. They're skeletal. But somehow the Victor, the Kong unit, has basically attached the backup batteries for the cryogenic units all to her one unit. More than once, he turned the ship completely off, cut the power completely on more than one occasion. And he wanted to make certain that she survived.
Sounds like she was important.
She was very important to him.
Yeah, he was in love with her.
Yeah, she was his therapist.
But what was her name again? Because, like I said, I didn't keep any of my notes because I didn't think.
Kara Tisdale is what I named her.
You say Kara,
Kara. As in
Kara.
Superman.
as in my sister's name.
Yeah.
But she goes by Kara.
All right, Doc. What's the down low here? You think you'll be able to bring her back?
Okay, so he begins the process. He succeeded on the first check.
Nice.
Ooh, he rolled a 6. 8. So that's with a raise. So that's going to work out well. That's with 2 raises. I'm rolling better for him than I am for me. So with great skill, your doctor is able to unfreeze the lady. And as she opens her eyes, the very first thing she does is scream.
Kara. This
When
is
she
Dell.
screams, hang on.
Oh.
I need you to make a vigor roll.
All right. A 5 and a 4.
Okay, that's good. So as she screams in your head, I mean, you get this massive headache. I mean, it's like, what's your toughness?
5.
5?
Uh-huh.
You have a wound.
Nice. I
So
like
does
this.
Jonathan. The doc also took a wound.
Is it 3
As you
wounds?
basically, you just took a telepathic blast from her.
Is it 3 wounds and you're dead?
No, it's 4.
4? Oh. 2.
And then she opens her eyes and she looks around. And the very first thing is surprise, because she was not expecting to see you, either one of you.
I get that a lot.
And she says, "Who are you?"
My name is Captain Sam. Right. And we have found this vessel floating in space. It's been here for about 100 years. You're the last surviving member of your crew. And one of your cyber Kongs, or
Yeah, where is he? Where is Victor? Where's the Kong?
he's not active anymore. He went crazy and killed everybody else and killed all the other
Yes,
cyborgs.
I'm aware that he did that. He's
We
gone. Are you
deactivated
sure?
him.
Are you sure he's dead?
I'm pretty sure. Did we not blow him to little pieces?
I don't know what y'all did with him.
Right,
Memory
Doc?
serves, we blasted him with masers until he stopped moving.
Yeah, until he melted to little pieces.
Well, no, he's still a body. He's just not. All the little lights and everything went out.
Well, should we jazz him out in space or something to make sure, Doctor? Other doctor?
Well, casting him out in space would not kill him, and he has propulsion, so that really wouldn't.
But he would be out of our dangerousness. Throw him in front of the engine, melt him down.
She's a little weak as she starts pulling herself out of the tube, and she says,
Help her out.
"Take me to him."
Wow. All right. Okay.
And so you take her to where the unit was. I guess you've still got it laying on the bridge.
Yeah, he's still.
Okay. She touches it, and you see just kind of something moving in her head. And she lifts up and says, "Yeah, he's gone. He's finally gone."
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
now,
but who exactly are you?
my name is Kara Tisdale. I was the counselor, or one of the counselors on the ship. Victor became obsessed with me. He was convinced that we were lovers, even though we were not. And I was unable to bring him out of this delusion. And he convinced himself that everybody else was in opposition of our romance. And so he destroyed everybody. And then he forced me into this chamber. And I don't know, what year is it?
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. 2816, so you guys know, in the future. Which basically means that she has been in this chamber for 75 years.
You're not bad looking for a 100-year-old lady.
That's the way to turn on the charm.
Well, I got a question for you. The thing you did to the doctor and I when you screamed, what was that?
Oh, it's a psionic ability. I was actually had said it within my head to attack him if he ever opened me up again.
So
the
you were
last few
trapped.
times- the last few times that he opened the cell, he was attempting to become physical, but he didn't actually have the ability to do so.
I was going to say, how would that work?
He lacked the equipment, but I kept worrying that at some point he was going to weld something on.
Oh, my God. Space operas.
This story took a dramatic turn.
I'm busy trying to rip a power cord out. Like, I hope they're fine up
And
there.
On
I'm
that
safe
note,
down here.
we're going to take a break.
I was like, Captain, do I need to get some cameras? What's going on over there? Oh, break time. Yay.